All right, calling to order. Well, we already called the meeting to order earlier, but had some technical difficulties. Um, let's see here. Share um, screen. Now, this. Oh wait, yeah, Notion. Notion. All right. All right. So, yeah, meeting minutes covered. Attendance is just James and I today. Um, let's see. Financial report. Yeah, pretty much everything's the same as last week. Um, let's see. Yeah, financial or sorry, nonprofit administration. Any updates on grants, James?
No, sorry.
All good. Just checking. And then let's see. Initiative report. Um, yeah. So Hack Night. Any highlights from Hack Night this week?
It was good to see Isaac, and I'm glad that Isaac brought his friend. Uh, his name escapes me. Over the dude that showed us the Metroid Prime GIF on the back of his cars.
Ooh.
That was pretty cool. Um, I think we had a good turnout. I think as long as we
Plus,
keep consistent with the meetups. Oh, and then Harry showed up too, and
yeah.
Harry got a lot of value out of what we were doing. And so yeah, I think you know, like Peter has said before, there's a lot of oxygen for what we're doing, and there's like people that really need something like what we do. So as long as we maintain consistency, we'll be able to, I think we'll do good work.
Yeah, I remember Harry was showing some interest in entrepreneurship, like new um, ideas. Sorry, new skills to glean, and including some interest in options trading. So there does not seem to be a shortage of people interested in hearing me do more tutorials. Um, the way I've got it going so far is like as soon as I've got a time locked down with one person who wants that tutorial, I'm like ready to go all at it. And it probably be Lawrence when he's got a minute again, um, or just any of these friends of mine, and I'll schedule another one. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
think you should really like. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been meaning to. I think your YouTube tutorials are a good thing.
Yeah. In fact, I might just if I do a part two and it's with Lawrence, it might actually work out if I just go through the process of this time. I'm gonna see what he remembers from last time, so I'm gonna like show the notes that I wrote out, but I'm gonna ask him, okay, what do you remember about this? What do you remember about this? And lead that way. As a because it for him it would be technically a review, but there was still a lot of stuff he was still kind of not too certain about. And it's just a question of like getting his getting his questions verbalized, right? That's the goal. And my next step as his tutor in with regards to options is how to encourage him to vocalize his questions, and then I can take a good stab at helping him figure out like what perspective does he need specifically to really glean how it works. Um, let's see. Where else are we? So yeah, Hack Night. Hack Night was had some good regulars. Was up and running, just doing right by what we intended for it from the get go. So I didn't quite invite people this time around to join up with the board. But that's fine. We'll get more and more people volunteering their time and focus, and we'll just keep the recruitment going. Um, let's see here. Next on the agenda, business cards. Still got to hear from. We got old business, so business cards. Still waiting to hear from Arthur. 3D printing class. I haven't made progress, but as I've mentioned before, I have been making progress on some issues I got going at home. I gotta um, uh, clean up the space so that I can be able to do the work in the first place of working on an Ender 3. But it's starting to come to a head where I'm just going to not care about the financial limitations, and I'm just going to make sure the class is ready to go with a what like the latest Ender 3 Neo. And like and I'll balance the cost based on like that 300 to 400 price tag that they want straight off the thing, and I'll go buy one for myself and put it together and make the class based on that. In fact, putting it together from what it looked like compared to the earlier versions, it looks like they like give it to you in 3 parts, and it's an easy 3 steps to put it together. So that's a really good convenience right there to using that instead of one of the originals like the V2. Um, so it is on my mind, even though I haven't quite made to any real headway. But it's coming to a head where I'll have the space, I'll have no more excuses, I'll buy the damn thing and start putting that class together with more detail. Newsletter, still not hearing from our volunteer on that, Taylor. Tech trivia night. I don't know about you, but I put in two trivia questions this week. They're very very close to the vest details that are like, for me, it's mind blowing.
For sure, for sure.
Uh,
Um, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
yeah. So yeah, just keep thinking about that. Anybody watching, we want to keep in mind um, that uh, what kinds of inspiring facts, like really feel like they blew your mind or revealed a lot about the world to you, and submit those direct message to Peter, and he's going to compile them all together. So don't share, just like save it for the trivia night for the reveal, and you'll get to see your question come up. So far, 2 of them actually. No, actually, I should take back what I said earlier. I actually made 3 of them, but then I realized 2 of my questions weren't tech questions, but would be categorized in science fiction, which I think is still very significant for our group. Like, it's funny enough. The darknet agents guys that I follow for the sake of DEF CON, they actually have like a whole page dedicated to a fatness quest, and like every day they post some facts about a cheese of the day. So it's not like we can't go a little bit adjacent to technology in whatever creative ways we want, and still consider it tech trivia night. So I think science fiction's a good area to cover. Plus, one of them, well, actually 2 of them are very neck deep in philosophy, and one of them being a particularly philosophy of artificial intelligence.
Got it.
Any news on outreach and recruitment? New flyers posted or anything?
Uh, yeah, I left some flyers here at We Labs.
Right on, right on. Good, good. And with that in mind, how about Our Generation Cares? Any new connections or talk with Alba on possible
So
collabs?
We Labs and OGC, it's the same space, so pretty much the same thing.
No, I'm
Um,
asking. Yeah, any updates with our possible collabs with them, or the how the studio's going?
oh, the studio is it's still here. I've been working for tips, doing music production stuff. Like earlier this week, I had a guy come through, and I recorded his song for him. That he had like a Logic thing, and I mixed it and mastered it, and he I sent him walking out with a new demo. And then I also had another guy come through who took a bass lesson, and it was his first time ever picking up a bass. So it was nice. It was good stuff.
Right on. So like really good on you. I have forever had an idea I wanted to push for tutoring where I could offer like tutoring for tips, right? Have like people basically do their homework around me, and if I do a good job helping them, they could give me $5, that kind of a thing. But it never really panned out finding a space for that would work. So the idea of like doing a little bit of audio production for tips is like spot on. I think a good way to start, if nothing else. Um, on along those lines, I know Peter's been out, so it's been hard to connect with him about creating an audio production class. But do you feel like you're ready to get your feet wet on like drawing out the curriculum?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've been thinking about it a lot. The only thing that I really have to do is just uh, put pen to paper, or in this case, put fingers to keyboard,
Yeah, text to
and
document.
then type out a curriculum. Yeah.
Right on.
So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that. When things start to wind down with the car and driver program, that's when I'll really start to hone in on that because I've already given like an abstract of what this whole vision is about, and I've also been thinking about community agreements for the music studio that I'm gonna post up on the door. So yeah.
Good deal. So then, with that in mind, when you do get started on writing out, feel free to take a look at my document that I've been writing the 3D printing class on, because I got notes there from Laurel, my friend who's a high school chemistry teacher, and she had some really great points. Even made a cool suggestion of like you want to intentionally throw in a bad dad joke apparently, because that actually like brings people's nerves down, makes them feel a little more like comfortable, right? Knowing that you don't have like you're not perfect, so they don't have to be perfect. So it can ease a lot of tensions for students just to like throw in a joke in the very beginning that makes you the teacher kind of look stupid.
Oh well, I have no problem looking like a fool in front of people to make them more comfortable.
There you go. All right, so that is everything that's posted agenda wise. Let me just review still from what we got here. Still waiting on Arthur. 3D printed. Um, I can now say last week I reached out to James Ellis. No response yet. Um, we are in need of volunteer. Oh, I'll make that extra note of what I said here. Is that once home cleaning project is complete, will fix my printer and purchase a what Ender 3 Neo to put together and complete the curriculum. I might have to reach out to John for any advice on his behalf because he's pretty familiar with putting these things together and bench testing them, or the version 2s anyway, as well as finding them for dirt cheap. So if it comes back to that and he's like, dude, right here, you why weren't you looking here to find the freaking what is it, uh, uh, the $60 Ender 3 V2 kit that is so easy to find such deals on. If he comes back and shows me where I could get a bunch of those, then I'll backtrack. I'll do the cheaper version, and maybe even have two versions of the course, like one for the cheapest item, one for the most expensive item.
Sounds good.
All right, then we got So need a volunteer, Taylor, but one word. Trivia night, still waiting for Peter. Let me put in those updates for OGC. We'll just say studio production for tips underway. So I think while that's like all your thing, I think it's definitely something to promote through our organization, especially if you want to expand that into something more, because there are going to be musicians out there who could really love that studio space to get a little bit of value out of and record even more. And then you don't have to work for tips. You could actually like make some real cash money as a side hustle while borrowing and probably first sharing some of that with Alba, since it's a space she offered to you. But then we promote you in return are promoting Uncoded. I feel like that's a fair deal to look forward to in the future.
I'm into it.
And then still, there was no we'll take Youth Justice Coalition down, since we agreed last week to not worry about it. Let's see. Let me just go with we'll technically make this next part open forum, but first let's just have me review yours and mine action items, and then we can like leave it to open forum and close it up if there's nothing really going on. So my action items, gotta meet with Peter about trivia night. We did meet up with Lawrence and Peter to talk QuickBooks. We learned a little bit about that. Let's see. So let me put this in old business. Control C. Control V. Come on. There. Heading. What kind of heading is this? Is it a 2? Oops. No, okay, so it's not a 2. That's maybe it's a 3. Yeah. And the late. And then here, put my note. Steve. Okay, so met with Lawrence and Peter to go over usage. We'll meet again in the future after reading some homework assigned by Lawrence. Okay, let's go back to current. See action items. Meet with Peter. Upload board. Yeah, I gotta get better about uploading board meetings. There's one that's still in the backlog because I was doing the whole Caden Live project to edit out the personal stuff. Contact out to get more information of it. Registration for charities. Yeah, that one I gotta reach out to her. What in the world happened? I thought there was a. Oh yeah, that's right. I must have deleted it. Okay. Meet with Lawrence and Peter for QuickBooks lesson 2. All right. Okay. Construct lesson plan for 3D players course. We got that. I reach out to Alba for more collab opportunity. So yeah, I gotta keep following up with Alba. Your action items so far here: discuss audio production class curriculum with Peter, and follow up with you social exclusion. Let's get rid of that one because we already concluded that. All right, and there, I think we're good. What say you about open forum? Anything you want to discuss?
No, I mean I think we covered it all.
All right, yeah. Then we just both got to get into action and push as much productivity as we can forward to be prepared in the future. I think that's pretty much what we got going for us.
Good call.
All right. With that, I call this meeting to adjourn at 10:43 a.m. Meeting adjourned. Let's hit the stop